Welcome back, everybody, to yet another episode of Silversong. Ugh, I'm tired today. Anybody else tired?
Good at. Yes, sir.
You're gonna have to forgive me if I forget something. But welcome back. We had a bit of a lighter week last week, just due to a few different scheduling issues and some things occurring in some players' lives. So spent that time working on some stuff, attempting to get out ahead of things. But yeah, I think we should be back to normal for this week, though I cannot say 100%. But I haven't been informed of anything that would interfere with this week, so we should be good to go. Back into some D&D, starting with, of course, Silversong. Yeah, Silversong kind of is the most consistent campaign.
Somebody's got to do it.
It's just scheduling issues with Friday.
I know,
which
I'm
is
giving
honestly,
them all shit.
it's pretty common
we're
with
pretty great.
with Dungeons and Dragons in general, honestly.
It's the new squad, that's why.
But yeah. So back to Silversong. Previously, on the last episode, the party have made their way to Lavender Island, off the coast of Middlemere. There we go. And are doing so because they are looking for a group of researchers who disappeared after looking into a mystical lyre that was said to have healing powers on behalf of a sickly woman who was the sole benefactor of the orphanage from which all 4 of our players stem from. And arriving on Lavender Island as the last known lead, with one of the researchers who was sick and stayed behind accompanying them, Pavlova, they found an old ruin and proceeded to enter it after fighting off some odd creatures. Upon entering the ruin, in the Great Hall, they found a sort of makeshift camp, and strewn around the camp were corpses, which Pavlova identified as her fellow researchers. Upon poking through some of the researchers' things, Ruva was rather startled to find that a spirit had appeared before her. And it was the ghost of the head researcher, Llewellyn Lindworm. It appears as though Ruva is the only one able to see and hear him, and so she acted as translator for the rather grumpy old spirit. Upon which they learned that the researchers were attacked by something. Llewellyn described having only seen a figure wearing a mask before he was stabbed and killed. And he isn't entirely sure quite what happened when he died. Only that he woke back up again. He told the party that they were in an old dragonborn monastery, and that there seemed to be some sort of lead from here that involved a healing melody, which he interpreted as being related to the mystical lyre of Fable. After speaking a little bit more with Llewellyn, the party decided to leave Pavlova with the ghost in order to flip the pages of his old journal and allow him to sort of refresh some of his memory of what he'd written when he was alive in the Great Hall. And they left Pavlova with Llewellyn and decided to proceed down one of the multiple passageways of said Great Hall. Well, that's an ominous message. It's like a
Who
horror.
wrote that?
It's like a horror movie. Ooh. The protagonist
There's a ghost.
arrives home from school and goes into the kitchen to find "We are all going to die" written in blood on the cupboards. An ominous foreshadowing.
God, I hope.
Third time this week.
I mean, we are all going to die.
Technically true.
Yeah.
For some of us more than others, though.
Thanks, helpful ghost.
All right. So, the path that you chose to head down first, on the northern side of the Great Hall, led down an old-looking stone staircase, deep down into darkness. I'm assuming the plan is still the same.
Had a plan.
Follow Gale.
Before he steps out, Kaz just wanted to look back at Pavlova and Pavlova. Is there anyone else we should be looking for?
Pavlova takes a moment to turn back towards you and says, well, other than, and just sort of waves her hand in the general direction she thinks Llewellyn is, other than, Mr. Lindworm, I think everyone is accounted for.
Okay, Kaz is gonna dip his head low. I'm sorry, and then head out the door with the others.
She just kind of gives you a forlorn little look and nods and turns back towards the inkwell that she was told to monitor for if it rattles or not.
Well. Guess it's time to go. Doo-doo-doo.
Why do all the doors make that noise?
I don't know, man. It's kind of scary.
Is it summoning an elevator?
There's no 13th floor.
It's October now. We're doing all of the
Oh,
horror
it
movie
is.
tropes.
Oh no. Navra was very afraid being the black person.
All right. So you make your way down these stone steps along this sort of narrow corridor and eventually arrive at level ground, deeper down now beneath the earth. And you're now in relative darkness, though most of you see decently.
Ruva immediately clutches onto someone in front of her. I guess Kosh.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna produce flame in my hand just to some more light.
Very well. Then the dark chamber that you're in is bathed in the glow of firelight as you look your way around and see that the room that you stand in is mostly collapsed. You can see sort of brick and rubble and stone scattered throughout, some of it overgrown with moss and foliage.
Well, I don't know what I was expecting, but this place is kind of creepy.
Yeah.
What is this?
One of
Uh,
those dragon guys, right?
Kaz, you take a look at the skeleton here, and its head is certainly not human. The skull, and does indeed match more with the skull of a dragonborn. You can do a medicine check if you want.
Okay.
With a 12, you can tell that these bones have been here for quite some time. They're old and worn and brittle.
Not recent.
Certainly not recent.
Man, what happened?
Looks like the rocks are all on him, right?
Indeed,
Yeah.
the skeleton here has parts of its ribs sort of caved in from a pile of stones that lay on top of it.
What's going on over here?
Center of the room has the largest pile of rubble, grown over with a damp moss in the darkness. Again, as I said, most of this chamber here has sort of collapsed in on itself.
Well, this room is a warning of anything.
Where'd Yogo goes?
Uh, he's right here.
Oh.
I'll
Where?
point this way, pretty much.
What are you up to, Gil?
Oh, I was climbing the rocks and looking inside.
He's trying to break his neck.
Certainly, some of the stones are light enough to sort of pull out of the way and roll down the rubble pile, but some of them are quite heavy.
Oh, well. When I get to a heavy one, I'm just gonna stop because that's not me. It's not really my job.
You think there's anything in here?
Not in this room. We should go to next.
You heard him.
I mean, okay. We just got here, but
I think it's interesting. The stones only seem to fall on beings, creatures.
That is.
I think you're putting too much thought into it.
or they
I
just
think
got
it's just kinda-
really unlucky.
Exactly.
It's heat seeking.
I mean, somebody could have collapsed, but
Hmm.
that's a scary thought.
Whoops.
Were all the skeletons the same?
Some of them was a little hard to tell, but they do all appear to be definitely not human.
Hmm.
And dead.
You are right there.
I am right here in front of you.
You are right, comma, there. Do you know what a comma is?
Wow, that's rude.
It was a general ginning.
Is this?
Hang on,
Coming
hang on.
from the person who can't say genuine.
Do I need to
That's-
backtrack?
It's the fangs.
Just let me
Or the tusk.
set the scene when we move to a new map before you dash off into danger.
Plotted.
As you make your way out of that chamber and down the corridor, you find yourself sort of in a sort of winding set of corridors. One progresses off forward, one moves off to your right. Just sort of narrow and dark. Kaj, as you walk by, you see a sconce on the wall old and rusted, where a torch might sit. The far end of this corridor, from what you can see, appears to be an old-looking metal door that blocks the way.
Do these have actual torches in them still, or are they just empty?
They're empty.
Frick. Do I have torches?
We have
What is this?
candles.
Don't. Frick.
These vines?
Hey, hey.
What
Don't
kind
go
of
running
those?
off. Probably vines.
We're just gonna put a candle in this, Scott.
All right.
Hey Kosh, can you light this?
Yep.
Oh,
God
it
bless it.
continues.
Left to right. There's just one this time though.
Are we not gonna like? I feel like we should knock it down as we go.
Oh, a door.
Knock what down?
The doors.
Yeah,
you know.
Well,
I would go
Gale's,
with this door.
It's this way.
Okay, well, how many times have we told him not to run off? At this point, I feel like if he dies, he dies.
Oh,
It's a
another door.
joke, Ruva. Don't kill me, please.
Yeah.
That was not very reassuring.
Yeah.
Sorry,
You see more dead people.
how did I see the one? I'm still
I don't
confused
know.
about that.
I thought
So-
you knew how.
As you chase after Gale, you find that the hallway splits again.
Oh, he's back.
You found anything?
Yeah, there was a lot. There were 3 doors, counting the first one, the metal, and 2 other pathways.
The other 2 doors, Gale, were wooden.
Oh, right. 3 doors. Found 3 doors plus the metal.
Oh, we're skipping past one back there.
Maybe the metal one is locked,
It's-
but
Did we try
You
it?
could always check.
no, we should definitely try it.
All right,
That's just my guess.
Also, please don't just, like, I don't know if you were there last time, but Gail tripped an alarm, and I'd rather it not happen again.
I don't recall that.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
All right.
Oh
well,
my god, there's
a
no
loud metallic clanging from your gauntlet sounds out through the dark corridors, and then
I'm the one
silence.
causing alarms.
Okay, well,
You wanna look for traps?
I mean, that
Could we
was
just
an
open
alarm.
the door?
That was an alarm. You just did an alarm.
We're just being
It's
polite,
just-
you know? It's fine.
I mean,
Can I open the door?
can we? No, would you?
Gale, you pull at the door, and it rattles, but it doesn't open.
Good call, Tibbs.
I'm a psychic.
Open the door, Bruva.
Why? I can't open.
Can you look for? Is it trapped? Do you know?
I don't know. Why would you think that I knew
You-
that?
I don't. I feel like you're good at that. Give it a look.
Okay.
I mean, am I
Uh,
assuming wrong? Like, I mean,
Yeah, you are assuming wrong.
Kind of just gonna
What
hold
would
up the
that be?
fire so I can see.
So, yeah, also in the dark. What would that be? Is that a perception check?
For what?
Checking to see if there's like a
Trap?
a trap. I mean, I got some thieves' tools on me. But
I would just make an investigation to check for traps. It depends on sort of the nature of the trap you're trying to look for. Whether it be investigation or arcana.
okay, well, nope, not seeing any traps. I don't think.
Doesn't look trapped to me.
Can I try and pick the lock? Is there a lock?
There is a lock, and it is rather large and rather robust looking. though it does have a little bit of rust on it.
Hmm.
Give it a shot.
Okay, what rolls that one?
Well, this appears to be a bit of a complex lock. I do the rolls. This is the first time we've really done this, so I'm just going to explain how I kind of do it. I do the rolls based on if it's an easy sort of basic lock, like you'd find on like a foot locker or a chest of drawers in an inn or something like that, then it'd be no roll required, unless you're trying to do it really quickly. But if it's a robust lock, then I usually do sleight of hand rolls.
Okay.
And if it's something magical, then that'd be something else entirely.
All right. I'm gonna try and. Oh wait. Gail, is this shiny to you? This door?
Nope, just a metal door.
Okay. Well.
All right. So Ruva, spend a moment working this rather complex-looking lock. It actually doesn't really look like any of the locks you've seen before. Its engineering is certainly not human. But after a few minutes, you come to understand it. And after another few minutes working the lock with your tools, the rest of you hear a soft little metallic click. And Ruva pulls a lock from the old metal door.
See?
Okay. That shouldn't have worked. Okay.
What would we be without a hype man?
It's safer, honestly. Safer.
I opened the door.
Oh,
Oh God.
Gil, you open the door and find it looks to be sort of an old storeroom with rather dusty looking furniture inside. A table sits in the center with some old looking, torn apart wooden chairs. And several crates surround it. Off to your right, as you scan the room, you can see an old chest reinforced with iron, as well as a few barrels in the left corner of the room. Part of the wall appears to be sort of collapsed on the far side as well.
Careful with the chest. Might be trapped.
So shouldn't you be checking on that?
You have to do everything. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was a ghost talking to me a little earlier.
That's why you're doing everything. You can talk to ghosts, man. Can you even see right now?
Nah, not really, actually. That's why I said the lock thing really shouldn't have worked. I basically did that all by hearing, so. So, yeah, doesn't look trapped to me.
I'm being the best lamp I can. I'm sorry.
Give it open.
I'm not touching that. I can't
Tried to open
see.
the. I tried to open just. For
Ruva,
reference, I can't see either.
Ruva, you can't quite tell whether or not it has any sort of physical traps on it.
Yeah. Does that look shiny, Gil?
Gail, are you
Nope.
using your eyes to see?
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Sorry, that's,
Use your eyes.
that's a sentence.
I'm asking if he's actually trying or if he's just looking at it and saying that.
Oh, yeah. I assumed I always had it on.
Okay.
Always looking for something to chase, because yeah. Yeah, I'd use it, especially when someone asks.
It is shiny then.
No, yeah, actually it is.
shiny. So there might be like a magical trap or something. Yeah, magic isn't my thing, so.
All right, I'll open it.
Oh my god. I have a question.
Hmm.
Could Ruva disarm magical traps?
It would be pretty difficult for you.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think that's in her wheelhouse.
What are you up to, Gal?
I was gonna say if it was locked magically. I realize there's magic, but that could mean a lot of things. So if I
Uh,
try and open it, is it open?
Well, for starters, as you look at the chest, it does glow faintly, and it glows of evocation magic.
Mm-hmm.
For starters,
Yeah.
as for an actual physical lock, you can't see any on the chest. It just sits there, supposedly open unless you try it, and glowing slightly of evocation.
Hmm. Would Gale know what that means? Better question. Kosh.
Hmm?
Gene,
Yeah.
are you familiar with evocation?
I
What it
mean,
does?
not really. Most of my stuff just comes kind of naturally to me, so.
Yeah, I can't say I quite know either. I don't know. It kind of screams out to me, but I don't quite understand it. It could be really bad. It could be really nothing. Do you want to try it anyways?
I'm game.
Oh, actually, I have an idea. How about we go outside for a second?
Kind of worried if Gale's
Wait,
being
are
cautious
we
of this
all,
thing.
are we all going outside?
Alright, I'll step out here.
What's happening? I think this is weirder than the ghost thing, honestly.
Alright, so can I see from the chest from here?
Yeah, as long as you leave the door open.
Great. So I'm going to cast Mage Hand. So a Spectral Hand appears, and I'll just like blow in my hands, and you just try and like picture a hand. It says that for my action I can control the hand. So is it possible to open the chest? It says I can unlock doors or containers, but can it work on a chest?
Yeah, provided it isn't locked, you should be able to open it.
Right. I want to try it. Do I need to see where it's going the whole time, or can I like scoot back a little further and then do the action as long as the hand's there?
Let me think.
Wait, you can see that ghost thing too?
Yeah.
I think the general sense is that it is behaving as your hand, so I think it will lose a bit of coordination if you're not able to see what it's doing.
All right, that's fair. I'll keep my eyesight then. Can't
You
really.
should,
Well,
you should be able to move it now.
see if I was here.
You talk
That's
to it,
even.
Ruva.
That's better.
It's not
Perfect.
saying.
Talk to a hand.
It's leaving.
Oh, it's like a ghost.
Well, it didn't say anything to me. And I don't think hands can talk.
I think that's Gale's friend.
All right, don't come by the door. Whatever you do,
Oh my
just in
God,
case.
He has a hand friend.
what in Babylon is he doing?
Can I flip it open?
Alright. Your mage hand drifts over to the chest and you sort of pull at it in an attempt to see if it will open. And the chest, not having any physical locks, begins to swing upwards and open. And as it does, out of the crack that you've now created in the chest, as it opens, a blast of cold air appears, leaving frost on every surface it touches. And you're standing back quite a ways, Gil, and you just sort of feel the cold in the air, but do not suffer any damage from it.
She did it?
Whoa.
You did what?
Did what? I literally did not see anything.
Hey, where'd your friend get?
That's
It's
pretty
right here.
cool.
Here's the.
Gil,
Wait.
the blast lasts for maybe 10 seconds and then dissipates. And as it dissipates, you see that it's left sort of this area of frost across the stone floor and part of the
Right.
chair and table.
And
Yeah.
does the chest still glow? Like still with evocation?
It does not.
Oh, that's good.
Can I shake the mage hand?
Hey, how'd you do that? That was really cool.
Is this your friend, Gil?
I'm gonna shake the mage hand. Nice to meet you.
What do you mean? Is it shakes? Oh wait, here we go. It shakes with you.
Mhm.
No, it's just a hand. Why would it be a friend? That's just strange.
That's strange.
How'd you open the chest? Can you control that?
Again,
Oh,
I'll bring it over to his head and I'll pat him on the head.
Oh,
that's weird.
It's
Huh.
weird.
you guys are so weird.
Thanks. We should probably look inside, see
It's
what we
cold
found.
in here.
Kyle just playing
Yeah.
with the ice.
Careful with the chairs and table. It kind of got a little chilly.
Yeah.
What's inside?
You pull the chest open the rest of the way. And laying in the chest is a hybrid of something. It is half arrow and half chain. Where the wooden shaft of the arrow would be, it is formed of a stiff metal chain instead.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
Does it also glow?
Faintly.
I'll pick it up.
What is that?
Whoa, what is it? What is it?
Wait, Ruva
I
knows
don't-
sharp things. Show
I
Ruva.
don't really know. It looks like an arrow, but
An arrow.
it's got an
Within the chest,
accessory.
there are 3 of them.
Oh, I'll grab all 3. 3.
So it's like a. So it's like an arrow tip on a chain, like a flail.
An
Yes,
arrow?
but the chain is sort of stiff in a straight line. It doesn't
So
move.
it's like a spear of chain with an arrowhead on top.
Indeed.
What the? Whoa, that's cool.
Those are interesting.
Well, what does it do?
They kind of look like Have you ever seen like those things that tell directions? The cardinal directions?
An arrow?
Yeah, like if there was 4 of them, I would think that maybe they had something to do with the directions.
How big is it? Is it like a sword size or like a dagger or like an arrow?
It is arrow size.
Oh, so it's small. Well, I know the arrowhead. I didn't know if the whole thing. It was just like a little arrowhead on a big chain. Oh, yeah.
They're actually quite light. They're about the same weight as a normal arrow.
Wow. Can Ruva look into these barrels?
They're nailed shut, but they're sort of damp with moisture and old and rotten, so they're pretty easy to pry open.
Yeah, she will do that.
The crates that you look through have old, rusted manacles in them.
That's not good. Ruva, with a hand on her necklace, It's like, guys, there are manacles here? Was this like a prison or something? I thought this was a monastery.
Well, I mean, it could have been a monastery.
And
Maybe
a
somebody
prison?
like resides here or resided here after.
Hmm.
I think the real
Gosh.
question.
Kaj is busy playing with the ice on the table.
Oh. What are
Do
in
we
the
wanna-
boxes over there?
Oh, I don't know. Wanna look?
Yeah.
Go for it. He's still playing with the ice.
We're just gonna look in these now.
Pry open these crates, which are in similar condition to the others, and you find some old, damp, and moth-eaten bed sheets.
This is just bedding. Hmm. This is very strange.
So, do we want to go through the tunnel or stick to the original plan?
I think we should clear rooms before we go into tunnels.
That's what I mean. I that was my
Next door.
head.
I
Yeah.
was, yeah,
Next door.
I was.
Is
Come
this
back this way, Gale.
I can't think of the word.
This is completely cut off, right?
Gil, part of the wall on the far side of this room is sort of collapsed in on itself, and you can see through it that there is a rather narrow tunnel that continues on past it.
Does it look like I could fit? Or maybe Ruva?
Yeah, you can fit. The only person who'd have trouble here would be just Tibber because of his armor, but again, the wall is sort of collapsed, so it wouldn't be too difficult to pry away.
Hold on. Do you want to go through here? Is there a
No,
path?
Hmm?
What?
Like they want to check the other doors first.
you divide and conquer. You didn't.
All
Do
right.
you not want to
Divide
just
and
go?
conquer.
I'm not following him.
Don't you know what divide means?
Where's Ruva? Oh, she's already out.
She's already gone. That's why I said I'm not following him.
She learned from me. Come on, Ruva.
I can't see.
So slow. Ow.
I have to wait for light.
What do you mean I don't have light? Ow.
You can see though, right?
No. I'm a human. Ow.
You can't see.
Humans.
Wait, can't all
Ow.
humans see in the dark?
Huh.
Wait. You
Why
can see?
can't you?
What the hell?
Well, I don't have to. He looks at the fire and is like,
Oh, that's true.
I mean, I can see, but that's a given.
Because you're not human.
I'm half human.
Great. Well, you're half that can see. We're not.
Yeah.
So,
Alright.
winding your way back around the narrow corridors, you arrive at this old-looking, rotten wooden door, and as you stand in front of this, Ruva and Gel, you have sort of the best. You're standing closest, so you experience this first. You smell a rather foul stench from behind this door as you approach it.
I have a bad feeling about this one.
Yeah, how about we try another door?
You want me to
No,
"What's
open
wrong
this
with that
one?
I need.
Ow.
Hold on. We have to.
Ow.
There were manacles. If there are people, we need to get them. Does it look? Does it look trapped?
Did you make an investigation?
I did.
Doesn't look trapped.
Okay. Riv is gonna try the doorknob.
The door itself is rather old and flimsy looking. It'd honestly be pretty difficult to trap this door.
Okay. Does it just open?
Indeed. It is unlocked
Okay.
and the door opens. The rest of you, Ruv included, are just sort of hit with a wave of this stench as you open the door into what appears to be latrines.
Ah, it's a shit box.
All right. that's better than dead people and stuff.
I mean,
Rhoda's gonna
I don't
close
think we
the
should
door.
write it off.
You want to go in there?
I mean, I don't. Do I want? No, I don't want to. But I don't. You always know they say they'll hide the best things in the worst places.
Yeah, that's true. It's not like this is the worst place I've had to live here.
All right. Can you all of you make con saves for me?
Oh God, who dropped a deuce?
Gil excluded, of course.
course.
Oh no.
All right, Ruva and Tibbs. As you enter this room, you start to feel, Kaj and Tibbs. That appeared right as I was reading it, and it swapped the names for me.
Oh.
In my brain, sorry. Tired. Kaj and Tibbs, as you enter this room, a little bit further, you start to feel quite nauseous.
I'll cover my nose and mouth like through my shirt. Oh God, what is this place?
There's some old, sort of broken apart clay pots and urns in here. Most of them have been sort of shattered and lie broken in shards on the floor.
Hmm.
All right, quick search. I want to get out of here.
Can you see anything in there? Or if someone were to investigate this, can anything be seen?
I'd say probably Tibbs has the best shot of seeing anything in there.
Sure.
You peer down into this old sort of grate, and down in the darkness, you just sort of see slime. Is probably the best way to describe it. Just sort of a disgusting looking sludge.
Yeah, it's
Can you
kind of nasty.
Can you make a perception roll for me too?
Sure, about to hit a 1. Let's go. Oh, not bad.
Hmm.
All right. As you sort of peer down into this sludge, you see that something down in it sparkles.
Oh, wait. There's something down there.
Oh man.
I saw something sparkle.
Hmm. Okay then. I'm going down, right?
I'm not going down.
Do you want to?
I mean, like I said, this isn't the worst thing I've done. Rhoda's gonna start taking off some of her clothes so that she's just in like the
Oh,
like underclothes stuff. All right.
oh.
I'll lift the grate.
What's going on?
How deep?
Uh,
How
Saw
deep
something
is
shiny,
this?
Gil.
Tibbs,
We're investigating.
the grate here is fastened rather firmly.
what's going on?
Okay.
Wait, what's going on?
You saw something shiny.
How deep
Yeah.
is this?
You realize I can just have a hand do it, right?
Oh, your friend's still here?
Why are you making it so complicated? I
Can
just
you
summon
see
it.
down that far?
Oh, okay.
Just have Cause light the light. Why
Sure.
would you have
Go,
Ruba
yeah.
do it?
Go. You
Ruba
weren't
keeps saying
here. We
to
don't.
I mean, yeah, go ahead. That's easy.
Ow, cover my mouth.
Ruva starts to redress.
Can you get the light, guys?
Cuddle dangle his hand in there.
Ah.
with the fire.
Be careful though. There have
If-
been explosions.
Can I see the light and the sparkle?
Yeah, whatever is down there sort of glints in the firelight as Kaj holds his flame over the old grate.
And does it sparkle like I'm familiar with?
No, just a regular old sparkle.
Do we actually want it? It's not magical.
So, if something sparkles in a sewer, I mean, like
Right,
you
but
said,
it could
we
be
don't.
anything, like a sword.
Is this too hard
Or
for
the
you to do? I
I was
can
gonna say none of us have to
take
go down
over.
though.
All right, well, I guess I'll blow my hands and create another Mage Chant.
Kashi, let's just shake the mage hand again before it goes down.
Are you gonna name him?
Nice seeing you.
No, what is with you naming? Goodness.
I wouldn't
gracious.
shake him after he's down here.
Yeah, that's why I'm shaking beforehand.
Yeah.
All right, well, you know what to do, Hand.
All right. So, with the hand sort of lying flat as if you were going to shake somebody's hand, it can slip in between the bars on the grate and make its way down only about 5 feet before it hits sludge. And you submerge the mage hand in the sewer sludge and travel down perhaps another 5 feet before you feel stone along the bottom. And with all the sludge in the way, it's sort of a little harder to find it than it would be to just grab it. But with the sparkle from the firelight, it's a little easier to find. So you sort of search around along the bottom, hunting for what's making the sparkle, and eventually the mage hand touches what it's looking for, and you firmly grasp it.
Nice.
Great. I guess I'll
Did you
start bringing
get
it
it?
up, see if it even fits through the grate.
As you pull it up, it appears to be a ring. It's quite small and fits within the palm of the mage hand, and you're rather easily able to lift it. And you can, still grasping it, slide the hand back through the bars.
See?
All right, well. Guess Kosh is so nice, I'll bring it over to him and it'll just drop it in his palm if he wants it.
Oh.
Both mage hand and ring are covered in a thick layer of this sludge.
Mm.
You all wanted it, so here you go. All right, next door.
Aren't
Ow.
you the one that's good at cleaning things?
Ow.
Can't
Oh.
you clean that?
Kosh still
Yeah,
has
good-
it in his hand. His other hand's full of fire, so he can't do anything about it. He's like, can someone help?
Good point. I'll impress digitation.
All right.
Blow on his hand to try and like remove the sludge.
Yeah, using prestidigitation, you're able to clean most of the ring off. And now it shines once more. It appears to be hard to say, but looks rather golden. As to the actual material, it's hard to say. And there's a small gemstone inlaid on it.
Nice. Do I
Where'd
need to
you-
blow again to clean his hand? Or is his hand better? Like with all the muck.
Yeah, you'd have to do it again.
All right. There you go.
Thank you.
Where'd you
Very well.
learn all these neat tricks?
Ow.
It's
I was gonna hold out the ring to Ruba and be like,
Ow.
you want this?
Okay. I was gonna take it and I
Ow.
guess look at it. See if
Ow.
there's like any inscription or anything.
It doesn't have any inscriptions, and as Gail said before, it doesn't appear to glow with any magic, though Ruva make? Let me think. Yeah, why not? This roll doesn't get done enough. Make a history check.
Oh no.
Oh,
Right.
I'll
You're
have
unable
check
to
with Pavlova
ascertain
later.
much else about it.
Maybe Pappy will know something.
maybe.
Did you just
Tiff,
say Poppy?
what?
Who the hell is Poppy?
Gosh, his head again. He's gonna swap the hand
Tips.
he's doing produce fire in, so he can kind of like
But-
try and
Did you
clean it off the
check?
part.
Did you check those?
Nope.
Oh,
Caught
let's
up in
be
the ring thing.
thorough. Be thorough.
I mean, I wasn't done here. I was planning on it.
They're old and broken.
Nothing in them?
No.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna kind of just take a look in each one.
Peek
Not
at-
too close, but
I'm gonna go smell some doo doo.
They are rather disgusting looking, and clearly quite old. Other than that,
Yeah,
you do not see anything.
yeah, this is nasty. Let's go.
room cleared. Next room.
So Gale, making your way along the hall to the last door you spotted here. It's also quite old looking, also made of wood that is worn and half broken. No lock appears on the door.
Great.
Looks fine.
Does it smell?
It does not.
Maybe
Oh, that's good.
I feel like maybe somebody else should give a look.
I opened the
What do you
door.
mean?
Someone that can see in the dark.
Oh, yeah. So
I'm already
you
opening.
mean. Okay.
For Kaj.
I mean, Kosh can't really see. He just can light his way. But by that logic, he can light our way.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so.
I opened the
What's
door.
happening? Yeah, okay.
You open the door. It is not locked, and swings open.
Hmm.
Inside this room, you see some rather old and decrepit-looking beds. This appears to be some sort of ancient-looking barracks. Perhaps for whoever was living down here. The beds themselves are sort of worn and musty looking. And there's some dusty furniture on the left and right of you as well.
Hmm. River wants to look at the walls to make sure that there aren't any, like, places that look like chains would be applied.
There aren't. Clearly, whoever was living in this room was doing so of their own free will. There's not even a lock on the door.
Hmm. What's in here?
Inside this cabinet here, as you swing the doors open, is some rather old-looking, very musty-looking, and very, very moth-eaten clothing. And as you sort of rifle through it slightly, you find that it doesn't appear to be made for humans, that's for sure. Trousers have room for tails, and there's accommodations for spikes, horns, and all other manner of things that you do not currently have.
Hmm.
That's clearly not
Are you, su-
clothes for humans.
are you suggesting I could grow horns, Mr. DM?
If you try hard enough. I'm
think
sure
there's
there's one or
just
two
believe.
infernal entities that would grant you that wish if you really want it.
Better than jumping out of a tree, I suppose.
Definitely not for humans.
You rifle through the clothing a little bit more, and you find just sort of old, just sort of belongings, trinkets, and little things that clearly belonged to whoever was living here. An old, very rusty-looking dagger.
Wow. Antique.
Belts with rusted buckles, just sort of. Clearly, this was living quarters.
Riva's gonna take the rusty dagger.
Very well. Gail, the chest that you're looking at, it doesn't sparkle if that's what you're asking.
It was coming to my next question, yes?
It doesn't appear to have a lock at all. It's just sort of a chest at the foot of the bed.
Oh, good. Can I open it?
Very well. It swings open without any resistance. And inside are sort of folded, musty bed sheets. And beneath them are a few rather crusty-looking coins. Just sort of
Not
haphazardly
really.
thrown into the chest and have fallen to the bottom.
Like griffins?
Indeed. There's 9 gold and 5 copper in there.
Don't know if I'm really that desperate. I'll take them anyways. You said 9 gold and 4 copper or 5?
5 copper.
Alright.
Oh, Riva's looking under the beds.
You search under the beds, but you don't really find much but spider webs. One of you can make an investigation check in here too, if you want. I think that investigation was older, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then yeah, one of you can make another investigation.
You want to do it, Riva?
Not really.
I'll go for it.
Ooh.
I'm
Very
very
well.
glad I did.
So Gail, as you sort of take a last little scan around this room after rifling through the chest, something sort of dawns on you. Though the beds are rather old
Mm-hmm.
and are falling apart sort of within their own respect, they're damp and rotten wood, the makeshift mattresses and sheets of a lot of the beds have been sort of tossed apart purposefully.
To look like something happened?
The intention of it, I won't make any inferences for you, but the mattresses are sort of tossed aside, which wouldn't happen unless somebody purposefully did it. A mattress won't just fly away. And some of the mattresses have been sort of sliced open. You can see sort of feathers inside them, as
Yeah,
if
like they're looking for
somebody was looking for something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, they did say that they left some people here. Looks like they've came to this room before. If you look at the beds,
Oh.
you'll see splash marks. Looks like they're still trying to find something. Where they were, I don't know if they ever found it.
So anything obvious would already be found.
Right.
Probably, yeah.
Was there like a secret apartment a secret compartment in the chest, or in here.
I didn't really look, to be honest with you. But as far as the secret is concerned, where the chest was, there was actually something there. There was like a hallway that we could squeeze through.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
I mean, that might have what we need. That means it's uncharted, but the rest is free game.
Right, it was still locked when we got there.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Unless they locked it behind themselves, which I don't know.
True, but
Hmm.
then they didn't go for the chest. It's a little
Right.
strange.
Okay.
Okay. Unless they were the ones who trapped the chest.
All right, you're thinking too much.
Yeah.
All right, are we gonna go through a pathway or through the secret one?
The secret one, right? We cleared the rooms. Now we clear the secret passage, and then we
Try the other hallways.
check the other hallways. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right.
Everything has a good order.
Someone's been here looking for things, Tibbs.
Yeah. Kind of got that vibe too.
Ow.
Yeah, I'm kind of just following your footsteps. So, since you said ow around here, I'm gonna stop moving.
There's a candle here, so you can kind of use that to orient yourself. Though it doesn't give off a ton of light on its own.
I didn't say ow.
So you wind your way back around to the first room you searched. And back to the half-collapsed stone wall. Again, there's a gap in it that someone could squeeze through. Tibbs, you estimate you might have a bit of trouble with your armor.
This might be a tight squeeze.
Right, we could probably break it. Like push against it or something.
Hmm, couldn't he just take off his armor, pass it to us, and then put it back on? I mean,
I mean,
either
the only
way.
thing is it depends on time. How much time do you want to spend?
Okay, well, I'm
I'm not.
through.
I'm not
So,
saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying it'll take time. I don't know if there's a time crunch.
I mean, you know what's taking time? This conversation.
Get try getting through Tibbs.
Fuck it. I'm trying to run through it.
I'm just gonna like push on him if he gets stuck.
Are you taking like a running start? Are you trying to like shoulder charge
Yeah.
through this like a football player?
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
yeah. Make an athletics that fits football.
Hey, I'm good at these. I'm not good at these.
All right. Tibbs, you take sort of a shoulder tackle to this stone wall, and it is sort of half collapsed already and falling apart, so it is a bit brittle. So as you slam your shoulder into this, the wall does start to collapse, but as you push your way through it and sort of fall flat on your face on the other side of it, several stones begin to fall from the ceiling above you, one of them striking the back of your head, and will deal 4 bludgeoning.
Ow.
And the rest of you just sort of hear a soft kind of rumbling all around you as pebbles and stones kind of fall and clatter to the floor below. And that sort of continues for another minute or so as you listen, and then it quiets down.
Okay. Well,
That went well. Perfect. Exactly how I had planned.
Kale?
Hmm?
Come on. Put we're in the barrels.
Oh no, will do.
Indeed. You continue your way down this passageway here. It appears to just sort of be a lot narrower. You have to sort of duck your head, the taller members, to travel through it. But actually, let's take a little 2-minute break while we're here. as we're at about halfway.
Yeah.
So we will BRB in just a moment. So go to the bathroom, go get some food, go grab a drink, whatever you need to do, and we will be right back.
Tibor's Pooh Bear.
How's that max health treat you, Tibbs?
Well, I mean, I have -4 now because of a rock. Thing did more damage than any of the creatures we fought in all 8 sessions.
Hmm. Oh. My cat's been trying to fight me for most of the session.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, she's like walking over to me and then getting mad at me.
Now I just have that song, "The Short People Got No Reason to Live" thing stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Well, this is the reason they're okay in this passage.
All right. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Dungeon Dragonfam, I haven't noticed anything different on my end. Not sure about the rest of chat's experience.
I don't think I've found any boring.
Alrighty. Yeah, give it a refresh and see. Alright. We're all here, right?
Yep.
Perfect.
I am.
I am.
Yep. Yeah, I'm here.
Kaj?
Yep.
Okay.
All good.
Alright. Then the four of you continue to make your way down the narrow passage. And as you walk along it, you begin to find that the ground and stone below you is slightly soft and spongy with moss. And down at the end of this corridor, you do indeed see a shaft of light.
Is this where that well is?
It seems like it would make sense.
I mean, I don't think we ever heard the bottom of it.
I mean, it seemed like it just clattered around. Wow.
It's pretty mossy down here.
Ruva's gonna look up.
Yeah, as you make your way into the sort of this part of the tunnel, you can sort of feel that there is slight bits of water under your feet, but it's no more than just puddles. Ruva, as you look up, you can see that there's sort of a long stone shaft above you that leads up into the light. You can see way off in the distance sky.
That's so weird.
Also, of course, lying in this room here, you can see some rather old-looking rope and bucket turned on its side.
I really must be out of it. I thought we were still on like the ground floor.
Hmm.
I do not remember stairs.
You went downstairs the very first thing in
Yeah.
the session.
That's it.
That ghost really rattled me.
Strange though. Obviously, this wasn't filled with water unless that thing was broken down.
No,
All
this
the way.
has to be a fake well. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Why don't they have a fake well though?
I don't know.
Any theories, guys? Tips, Gale?
Maybe like an escape route
Mm.
or a secret way in.
Is it magical?
The
Does it
bucket
shine?
or the rope?
No, the rope. Or either, I suppose.
Neither.
But there's a light?
Yes, there's a light.
I think we'd have to explore more and, fill in the pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can Riva look at the walls and see if there are any like chain places on them?
Sure. The walls here appear to be smooth stone. They're not really marred by anything.
Hmm. Well, that's good, I guess.
I think we should check out those other tunnels.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah. Riva's just gonna look in the bucket just to see if she can tell if there's anything in it.
It's empty. Imagine if I just said the liars in there.
Easy clap.
So if I pick up the rope and bring it over here, does it just continue to light?
Yep.
Or
The light is coming from a little thing we call the sun.
that's okay. Well, that's all right. Well,
Sorry, I was being an asshole.
now that I feel ridiculed, I'm kidding.
Alright, so you make your way back along the stone tunnel. And eventually arrive back at collapsed passage here.
Does it look like it was collapsed like naturally or like something bust through it?
You can make an investigation check to determine that.
Sure. I am. Oh.
Nice.
Appears to be mostly natural. Other than, of course, the hole that you put in.
Ha. Ha. Nothing natural about that. So do we want to go up or to the right first?
What do you think, Gil?
Right.
Right.
Ow.
Gosh, don't go too fast.
Okay.
Did we look at these vines?
I mean, do you want to look the vines?
I mean, kind of curious.
Kaj can just pat them with his free hand.
I just assumed they were tree roots.
There's some nice
They
vines.
are indeed some gnarled roots poking through gaps in the stone wall where you can see sort of earth beyond it.
Just looking down this way, I can see another 30 feet. Do I see anything?
You can see that. Yeah. The hallway continues for a short while, and then expands in what appears to be another chamber. But anything really beyond that, you can't see what lies within the chamber.
Well, there's a chamber to the north.
It's actually the same if you look down that path as well.
Guys, shouldn't we go this way first?
Both paths
also is right.
lead to similar things.
Gil picked right.
Gil picked right.
But if we go this way, then we will have done everything left to right.
Gil picked right.
Gil picked right. I asked out loud for a reason. Nobody answered. Gil said right.
Okay, I just won't mention it to Llewellyn.
If we die, it's Gil's fault. Just know that.
Agreed.
You shouldn't be ready for that.
Have that in writing, because usually he doesn't actually admit that.
Write it in the wall on boogers.
Oh wait, I think I have some ink.
That's not.
Rufus starts writing, "This is Gail's fault" on the wall.
Whoever comes after us is gonna be terrified.
It's a video game setting. This is Kale's fault.
All right. So you make your way down along this corridor here, eventually arriving at the chamber that you can see at the end of it. And as you arrive in this chamber, if you just give me a moment to describe, you can see off to your left and right what appear to be rusted metal cell doors that cover sort of a portion of the wall here, with small rooms beyond. And several of them line either side of the chambers here. And as you make your way out into this room, since nobody did any stuff on suddenly from your left side, something smashes against the side of the cell, rattling it loudly. And then, only a moment after that noise, you hear a similar one from your right. And the creatures sort of pull and chew on the metal bars, reaching their arms out in between the bars and attempting to sort of grasp at you.
Dear God.
Alright, maybe we should leave.
I mean, looks like whoever left was the reason that they're this way.
Kaj, as you
We have to
continue,
kill.
your way along this chamber here, the same thing happens. Another one of the creatures smashes up against the cell bars, attempting to grab at you as you walk by. Interestingly enough, Tibber, that doesn't happen to the cell on your left.
This
As you walk by this one, you can see a skeleton lying on the old cot in this cell, and it lies motionless.
Is the gate locked?
Yeah, you pull at it, and it is indeed locked.
Can I see anything in there that looks like anything other than the skeleton?
You can see some old stones that have sort of fallen off the roof, and you can see sort of slid under the cot that hangs from chains on the wall, what appears to be just sort of a metal plate. The skeleton itself is wearing just sort of torn rags and lies on the cot. This skeleton appears to be human. It does not look like the ones that you saw in that first room when you went down the stairs.
Well, this would be what the manacles were for.
Right.
Uh, Ruva is very angry. We have to kill them.
Why?
It's kind of messed up leaving them here like this, right?
It's the only way
I
to
mean-
set them free.
It was messed up to leave them here in the first place, but they're dead now.
They're in pain.
They're dead.
They're starving.
They can be deader.
I feel like that's unnecessary risk.
Well, I'm doing it. Ruva's gonna see if she can check the door on this one.
The creature itself is sort of pressing itself up against the bars and a bit of the door and rattling the door. It doesn't appear to be opening.
Hmm.
This
Uh,
water.
Yeah, there's a small just pool of water. Occasionally there's a drip from the ceiling. Tibbs,
Uh,
as you make your way sort of down to these last couple sets, the cells off to your left and right have skeletons in them as well. Old looking and very dead. But they are not standing and attacking you like the others. They are motionless like that first one you saw. And this cell looks much like the last. They do not have any possessions of any form on them.
Is what does the ceiling look like above the water?
Just stone, rough-looking stone.
So wait, the ones with what did Pavel call them, guys? The Feargorta?
While he's talking, make a perception about when you were back here, Tibbs. I didn't want to interrupt him, but while you're over here.
Yep.
Feargorta. I'm only seeing bowls in those.
As you turn back away from this cell here, Tibbs, your eye is caught by something that glints slightly along the floor.
Oh. I'll pick it up.
It appears to be a rather old-looking iron key.
Hey, guys, there's a key.
Perfect. How are there like big gaps in the
In the
bars?
cells?
Yeah,
Big enough to get your arm through, but not much else.
okay, so they wouldn't be able to shoot a dagger, or not a dagger, shoot an arrow through?
Yeah, you could shoot an arrow through. You can reach your whole arm through it. It just, you can't actually fit your body inside of it.
Okay.
The creatures have their arms sort of through the gaps in the bars and are clawing at the air, trying to grab you as you stand there, Ruva.
Alright. I'm just gonna take out her bow and get ready to try and kill this guy.
Very well.
And I'm gonna try and open this door in the meantime
All right.
with that key.
Presumably using the key. That key turns in the lock and the cell door opens.
Yeah.
You can make a medicine check on the skeleton if you want to.
Sure.
Again, quite old. Been here for quite some time. But as you sort of look at it, you actually aren't really able to determine a cause of death. You can't really see any fractures or anything in the bones.
Hmm.
Hey, Tibbs.
Yeah.
Was there a bowl in that cell?
A bowl?
Like a food bowl?
Yeah, there was indeed.
Yeah. And I don't really know what killed them. I
Well,
mean,
Pavlova was right about these. She said it's from starvation, right?
yeah, I mean, what I saw, there was no cracks or anything. Like, they were physically killed. I guess you could say murdered.
Hmm.
And she count keeping them in a cell and leaving, which I think I would.
Yeah. Feel better
But
if we freed these things, not out of their cells, but from walking around.
if we can do it safely, but I'm looking out for our safety here, and the only way we can do that is one by one.
Ruby's got a good idea over there.
Oh yeah, we're just attacking this thing.
All right. Just firing arrows through the gaps in the bars.
Yep, till it dies.
Very well. The creature is not really able to do much. In
Mhm.
response, it just sort of lets out shrieks every time an arrow pierces its flesh. And after several arrows, the creature falls dead to the floor with your arrow sticking out of it.
Tips, open the door. Kaj, burn the body. And give me my arrows back. And then River moves on to the next one.
You can never repeat the process for all of them.
Yep.
All right. Then we'll just say you repeat the process, moving from cell to cell, knocking an arrow and then loosing it at each of the creatures within the cells. Some of them taking multiple arrows, but one by one you fell each of them. And they lie motionless. Just make make 3 dex rolls for me, Ruva. I just want to do a general average, and we'll see if any of your
Dex?
arrows.
Just
Yeah, just straight dex.
okay.
I'm just
Wow,
Nice.
that's pretty cool.
7s.
very well. So you proceed throughout the hall here, through the prison cells, and slay each of these creatures in their cells. And as you sort of proceed through these cells, 2 of your arrows break.
Mm. Okay.
But the others
Uh,
are recoverable.
I guess I was looting them as I go by if they had anything on them.
No, they all just wear the same prisoner's rags.
Yeah, figured.
Each of them has an old empty metal bowl in each of the cells.
Well,
Are you going
Do
in
we
this
wanna-
in this cell too?
yeah, I'm unlocking all of them, I guess.
Okay.
That one's on the way before the last one, so
Make an investigation check for me then. See if we can piece some
don't
stuff
fuck
together.
me now. Not good.
All right. Not great, but still higher than what I had in my brain, so you succeed.
Fog.
The metal bowl that sort of fell to the ground and rolled under the cot definitely appears to have once held food, though it is quite empty. And As you sort of turn it over and examine it, as you just take a look around this cell for anything of use that might be inside it, you notice that one of the edges of this metal bowl has been sort of filed into a sharp edge, and it is caked with very old dried blood.
I'll pick it up and bring it out here. You guys see this? What do
So
you
that
make
one
of
didn't
it?
go from starvation.
He killed himself.
Hmm.
Cause you burned all the bodies, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, should we continue on then?
Yeah. I saw that one
Yeah.
move for a second. I got nervous. I was like, yeah.
Back from the dead.
All right. With the charred remains of the bodies still smoking in their cells, you make your way back down along the corridor.
Man, this place was cool at first, but kind of bumming me out now.
It was cool at first.
I mean, it was spooky. Oh, it could be haunted.
I mean, the first thing we saw when we came in here was a room full of dead bodies.
And a ghost. It's definitely haunted. Oh yeah, ghosts are real.
I mean, I guess I'll believe that because otherwise you're just talking to yourself and somehow got all that info. I can't really explain that away.
All right.
Mhm.
So the four of you turn down the last corridor that you've yet to explore and make your way along it until you arrive at the chamber that lies at the end of it. Yeah, maybe a bit of a toss-up there on smell, huh? Between the old toilets and the charred bodies. All right. So as you make your way down this corridor and arrive at the chamber, the room before you is quite dark.
I would be careful here.
Hey Kosh, can you light this candle for me?
Just moves his hand over.
Thank you. Rose is just gonna walk around with the candle now.
Very well.
I don't know why this didn't occur to me earlier.
Kosh still producing fire from his head.
Does anything shine?
Yes.
Mm.
As you sort of make your way throughout this room, Go, you see something kind of shining off in this direction, in the gloom and darkness.
Follow Gale.
Ruva, you can see sort of along the sides of this room here. There's some old-looking coffins.
Can she open them?
Yes, you can. They're nailed shut, but it's quite old, so the wood would break apart if that's what you wish.
She wishes.
All right. You sort of slide your dagger in the gap in the wood and pry it open, the wood splintering under the pressure. And after a few moments of effort, you're able to pull off the lid of this coffin here. And what lies inside is another dragonborn skeleton.
Does it have like clothes?
It does.
Hmm.
Clothes similar to the ones that you saw back in that barracks room.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, accommodations made for dragonborn features. The clothes themselves don't look particularly affluent or noble. They're just sort of commoners' tunic and trousers.
Do they have anything on them?
One sec. Let me double check my notes just to make sure. They do not.
Okay.
Gale, as you make your way to the far side of the room with Kaj and Tipper in tow, you see a large sort of half of a statue engraved into the wall here. The statue itself appears to be dragonborn, bears the head of a dragon. And though parts of it have sort of fallen apart, one of its arms is missing. The arm that remains is sort of outstretched. And in its claws, it holds what appears to be a gemstone sitting in the palm of its hand.
What about
Are
over
we-
here?
Are we not gonna take it?
No, no, wait.
On the other side of the room is a similar statue, though this one in much worse condition. This statue has fallen completely apart and now lies strewn across the floor. You can sift through the rubble if you wish.
Yes, I want to look through
You look through the rubble, but you don't find anything that resembles the gemstone that the other one holds.
Is there writing anywhere, like along the wall of the statues, or maybe on the coffin?
Good point. I was actually about to mention that. In the center, between the two statues, is a much more ornate-looking coffin. This one's not wood; it appears to be stone. And between it are two unlit sconces. And the wall between the two sconces has an engraving. The engraving itself is in Draconic, but Gil, you're able to read that. And as you read it out, it says, scrolls through notes. The inscription reads, "Here lies High Magister Galvadil Arborwing."
How you spell that?
There you go.
Thank you.
The inscription,
Real
of
quick.
course, does appear to be referring to the ornate casket. What were you going to say?
Sorry, I was going to ask if I go to the other ones, they don't have something similar, do they?
They don't bear inscriptions. They are quite humble graves here.
Hmm. It's strange. So there's a gem here, but nothing over there, and it's destroyed.
Hmm.
This coffin says, "Here lies Magister Galrodil Harrowing," but that's all I have. Also, this gem has some kind of properties to it.
I think
So
we should take it.
is it magic? Don't just touch it.
No, he's right. I think we should, and yes, it is. This kind of scares me though. The coffin.
Right.
Can Veruva look closer at it?
Sure. What exactly are you looking for?
To see if the gem would fit in any place near her.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. You sort of scan across the ornate coffin in the center of the chamber, and you can see that parts of it have sort of chipped off, perhaps from stones falling from the ceiling. But other than that, there's no sort of slot, I suppose, where a gemstone would fit into it. That's what you're looking for.
Okay.
Gail, I was going to add, as you sort of take a look at this gem here,
Mhm.
the glow is a little bit faint, but it is a rather odd transmutation magic.
All right, I'll touch it.
Very well. One sec.
It's the worst that could happen. Turn into a rabbit.
You no longer have hands.
He has an extra one.
Transmutation, not evisceration.
Yeah, they transmute you into someone who has no hands.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, I don't know about
I
that.
don't know how magic works.
He has the
No,
extra. It's fine.
You should
I
just
don't either, but
just stick to Doctor and Dead people.
I don't even know how that works.
Wait, where'd your friend go, Gil?
Huh? What friend?
Oh,
Is he clean
Gregor?
again?
Your hand.
Yeah, sure.
Gregor? I've been
Uh,
calling him Gregor.
Don't
Greg
name
Porter.
my things.
All right.
He can't speak for himself.
Gail,
Mhm.
as you touch the gemstone, the entire room goes black.
Fabulous.
Was it not already?
Pitch black. Even for Tibber.
Hey yo!
Is anything coming from the fire in my hand, or is it just nothing?
There is still fire in your hand, Kaj, but its light does not penetrate the darkness at all. It just sort of sits in this small little glowing ball in your hand.
We fucked up.
And as this darkness sort of permeates everything in this chamber, Ruva, on the other side of the chamber, you are plunged into darkness very suddenly.
Sorry.
I can't see.
I think I've. Oh, neither can I.
Can I let it go?
Yeah, all you did was touch it.
What's
Does it
happening?
remove the darkness?
As you let go, it doesn't remove it.
Oh well, I'm keeping it.
Can you
I've
touch
already
it again?
fucked this up. Fine.
Very well. You reach around in the darkness and attempt to grab at the gemstone, eventually finding the hand of the statue and then grasping it and picking it up. But nothing changes. The shadows sort of move and churn throughout the room, almost like they're alive.
Find a wall, move with it,
Hello?
or walk into the Gale. God damn it,
Someone here?
Gale.
I'm here.
Gale.
Kaj,
Mhm.
as they're sort of hunting around blindly in the darkness, you with the highest passive perception, from somewhere out there, you can't see it, somewhere in the darkness, you just feel eyes on the back of your head. Something's watching you all.
Guys, stop. Something's in here.
We've already established that.
Yeah.
That's not good because I can't see.
None of us can see.
That's a problem.
Wait, if I look down, do I see a glimmer from the gem?
You do.
Kale.
Does that mean I can see roughly where Ruva is from the arrows?
No.
Damn it.
Kale,
This isn't
did you
just
do this?
darkness. This is almost shadows taking physical form, churning about you in the darkness. But actually, as you sort of blindly wander your way around there, Kaj, you only felt that feeling for just a moment, and then it faded away.
It's gone.
And
I
as
doubt it.
as the feeling fades, the shadows that sort of churn around you also fade, and eventually you find yourselves able to see again.
What?
Ugh.
Yeah, it's
The
a
hell
nice
was that?
darkness.
I felt something here for a second, but it was gone the next. Maybe it wasn't here.
Kale, you need to stop touching random things.
Can I open the coffin?
It's quite heavy. You might need some assistance, but
Yeah,
there's
I'm with you on that.
there's no
Give it-
locks on it.
Nope, I'm
Can you
with
help
him
me
on that. Yep, I got you.
No,
Alright. With the two of you, you're able to lift this heavy stone lid of this coffin and pry it off, sliding it to the side. And as you sort of take a look at this coffin, the skeleton that lies inside this one is wearing long robes, and it even has a hood with accommodations for horns. The robes themselves are rather ornate. This appears to have been a rather important person.
I don't suppose he has anything shiny on him.
Either of you, no, not yours type of shiny. Either of you can make a history check as well if you want.
Me or Tibber?
I'd say Tibber
Uh,
probably has a better shot at it, just from his own experience.
Is he able to
Can I
give me
help him?
advantage on it?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh. Oh God, that's not good at all.
Yeah, 12 sufficient.
Oh fuck yeah!
Barely sufficient, but it'll do.
I'm not one to
Beats beats.
have extra.
From what you gather, this appears to be Tibber religious garb. It's not particularly familiar to you, but you have seen people wearing religious garb before, and this appears to be some variant of that.
What was in here? Whoa.
Some important dude's dead body.
But it's close.
Yeah, I think this guy is Maybe he has a religion tied to him, or he made one. I don't know,
Well,
but
what was his name again? Some something dragon.
It's in the chat.
the Grand
Oh, I know.
Garbadelli.
Ruben doesn't remember that.
River pulls up the chat.
Yeah. something dragon man. His title had something to do with religion, right? Like
Grand
Inquisitor
Magister,
or
yeah.
some shit. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess religious would make sense.
What does it mean, though?
What does what mean?
I don't
What
know.
is
The gem, like,
the gem? I doubt the gem has anything to do with this dead guy.
I mean, the statue's a dragon. This, all these dead people were dragons.
Well, not all of them.
Alright, well, should we check another pathway?
Hey, I think I'm gonna take his cloak. I kinda really like it.
Don't take.
Don't do that.
Oh, I have no respect for these people. They murdered a whole bunch of people.
You don't know that.
You don't know what the past is.
Okay, well, I found a place filled with murdered people.
Right, but you don't understand the reasoning for it. What do you know about
Reasoning
what
for the
happened?
murder?
You
You don't know if these were the only people that were here.
You don't know who was in there and why they were there.
Oh, so you think this place was taken over by someone after all?
Not saying it was, but it could have been. You don't know.
I think we know nothing, and we should focus on our task. It's okay to look
Yeah.
around for the unique stuff. That
Uh-huh.
I understand, but a robe from someone from a monastery, I wouldn't call that unique. I would call that plundering something unfairly.
Okay, says the guy who just took a thing that made us all blind?
Yeah, and if you take the ropes, who knows what will happen? Like that, I feel like that's a big risk. Like
Okay, but
we
I'm
could have,
remembering this.
we could have just unleashed something. We don't even know.
I'm just gonna remember this. River's gonna
Okay.
check this. You guys, we haven't even cleared the room.
What do you want
Go.
commoners close the next?
No,
I don't want to stick around here.
you literally need to know. You just said you know no information. And then you're gonna walk out of a room that potentially has information. Does that make sense?
How do you think this room of coffins has information about a liar?
Oh, I just thought we were trying to find out the
We can
Why are we
always
here,
come back.
Ruben?
birthright. The
We're here to
birthright
find
of
out.
the dragon peoples. So we can look under it. I
What does
just
that?
figure if we because that's where the melody comes from.
There's still like 2 whole other pathways.
Yeah, so we better clear this one and then move on.
We can always come back. If there's something that's clearly evident, that's all right.
I think the biggest lead we have is this gem. And we gotta try and find something. Maybe it'll fit into something.
Okay, but if the gem is the biggest lead, you're gonna leave the room that you found it in? You know what? No, let's go.
All right. You make your way back down the corridor. Now, having explored the many paths that wind their way around these dungeons of sorts,
What was the reason we came this way again? The top path first?
It was because of the melody. It said something about going down. Wait, didn't it say something about a well?
It did?
Can't quite remember.
Did it?
It's
I
below
don't
the
know.
birthright. That
Did it?
healing melody sounds right.
Maybe I'm just thinking below, and the well was below. I don't know.
I don't-
Anyways,
Below the birthright.
I don't remember telling you anything about a well.
probably not. I don't know. I'm a little cuckoo. Um, but we went down because it said down in the melody.
That was why.
Maybe the other path will lead down eventually.
So we had two paths. We had one that was kind of broken a little bit. I don't know what that means. Maybe it could have been the others tried to break it to keep others from going. But the other just seems like a clear shot. It's kind of cool, kind of not. I don't know.
I think we should just look for a big sign. Maybe there's a statue. Could be underneath that.
So we're going down the dangerous pathway that has a broken staircase, or
Mm,
a dangerous
shoot.
pathway because we don't know what it is.
I mean, they're all dangerous.
That's why I said dangerous on both ends.
Either way, we just got to get moving.
Depends if you think the broken stairs are a sign.
All right. So you make your way back along to that first collapsed room. Past piles of rubble. And I'm presuming making your way back up these stone stairs.
I guess so, yeah.
Farewell.
Kind of just following the lead at this point.
Then eventually, you arrive back the Great Hall, where you can see Ruva. You can see both of them, but the others just see Pavlova facing the table, occasionally flipping pages.
Is it getting late by this point?
No.
Okay.
Hey, Pappy. Hello, Mr. Lindworm. I'm wondering if you know anything about this ring. Can you tell me anything about it? Viva's gonna, show Pavlova the ring and give it over.
The ring that you found in the latrine, yeah?
Yeah.
Pavlova just kind of turns it over in her hands and just examines it and says, "Where'd you find this?" As she's looking.
Downstairs.
All right. Well, it looks valuable. It's got a little gemstone inlaid here. I suppose you could get it appraised if you wanted to know more about it.
Okay. Are you guys making any progress?
Progress, I suppose.
Have you ever heard of a, Kaj? What's the guy's name again? Dragon.
But Magister Gosriddle Library.
Yeah, Gil. I don't know how to read that. Gosh, just being like significantly more vigilant than before, just like keeping an eye on everything.
Yeah, Godriddle something something.
Magister, you say?
Yeah.
He begins rattling the inkwell. Flip through the pages.
Okay. Roval will kind of take over and from Pavlova and start flipping through the pages.
There, stop.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Magister. You see him just sort of pulling at his beard and quickly reading through. Magister, it's a religious title for Dragonborn.
Oh, okay.
Holds some importance in Sway, I imagine. Not a military leader, though.
Okay, so Swede is a religion thing. All right. Well, I suppose that's good to know.
Hey, can you ask him about this gem? And I'll hold it out. Is there anything in there about the gem?
Well, I can't
Yeah.
bloody see it from all the way over there.
He says come over here. Don't move.
Let's see. All right, and tell us the turn is over.
Turn it over.
Mm-hmm.
Odd. It's not like any gemstone I've seen. It's not your average ruby or something like that. It's very purposefully cut into this shape.
Okay, so it's purposefully cut into this shape. It's not an ordinary gem. So it's probably socketed into something.
That would be a good guess, I'd say. But you'd have to look
Okay.
around to find something like that.
All right. Thank you. Yep.
Uh,
Socketed, probably.
Otherwise, not particularly remarkable that I can see. It's just stone.
Okay. Well, I mean, when Gail touched it first, it made all of us blind, I think.
Blind.
Blind, yeah. Or dark, surrounded by darkness. I couldn't see anything, but I'm bad in the dark. But
Well, that is odd.
yeah, I would agree with that.
I'm not entirely sure what to say about that. It's not exactly in my books.
Okay. Well, if you do find something, I mean, be back soon.
Indeed, we will continue our search, and you continue yours.
Okay. Good luck, and keep up the good work, Pavlova.
Thanks. So, saying your goodbyes to Pavlova and Llewellyn, you make your way up the large stone staircase in the center of the Great Hall. The staircase itself is carved with dragon's heads at the base of it, and it makes its way up into a hallway. And climbing your way up to the top of the stairs, you can see more corridors strewn with stone, and a crossroads up ahead that splits. Straight ahead, you can see a large set of stone doors, as well as two hallways off to your left and to your right. rather old-looking rug sits beneath your feet at the moment, rather worn and musty, and moss and vegetation grows along these walls.
Which way now, Gail?
I'm gonna knock on the door.
All right, you wrap your knuckles on the door, and there's no clanging this time, as this is stone. Doors appear to be decently heavy, but you can't see any form of lock, and nobody answers your knock.
Just give it a light, like just see if it opens, but don't open it.
With a relatively light touch, the doors don't just swing open. They are decently heavy, but you do feel them kind of groan and move slightly, grating against each other.
I think we should check out these doors first.
Hmm.
They seem like they could open. I didn't want to try too hard in case they did.
All right.
Kosh's gonna produce flame in his hand and get it ready.
Very
I'll
well.
say if everyone comes, I will actually try to open the doors now.
You return to the set of stone doors, and Tibber, you do your best to push them open. With a large grinding noise filling the air, the doors eventually give way.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect that to work.
And as you pass through the doors, you find yourselves in a large chapel. On either side of you, down the row, you can see some old dilapidated pews and a rather worn carpet straight down the center. Light still shining in through the windows, and you can see that there's these sort of stained glass art on these windows that sort of colors part of the stone tiles beneath them. On the far end of the chapel is a rather large statue.
I wonder if do they pray to?
And the statue itself is of a dragonborn man with large wings extending from its back, and it clasps in its hand a large longsword, also made of stone, of course. It wears stone armor and sort of stares down at you with a rather stern look. There is an inscription on the front of the base of the statue in sort of a stone plaque, which is, of course, in Draconic. And Gil, you were able to read it. Do you want me to just send it to you and you can read it out loud?
Yeah.
Alrighty, one sec. There you are.
This is yarn. Cool. Champion of the Silverhand, taken too soon in death, stand vigilant.
What was that name again?
The name was Yaren Kull, champion of the Silver Hunt. Taken too soon, in death stand vigilant. The plaque itself is a smooth stone with the inscription in it, sort of carved into the face of it. And beneath it is a diamond-shaped indentation.
Huh. There's no way it's as easy, right?
What is the gem? A diamond shape.
Indeed.
All right, well, you spell it out for me, sure. I'll put the gem inside.
All right. You place the gemstone in the indentation on the side of the statue here, and it fits like a glove. And it sort of sticks itself in there. You wait for a moment. Nothing happens.
Nah. I knew it couldn't be that easy. Any other ideas? Okay.
What's over here?
It's a very old cabinet that contains quite a few spider webs, a lot of dust, and some old incense and prayer candles.
Hmm. I'm not very sure, but I want my gem back.
Wait, how big is the gem in relation to the gem in the ring?
The gemstone in the ring is absolutely tiny. The gemstone is about the size of sort of the palm of your hand.
And the indent is the size of the big one?
Indeed. The gemstone in the ring is just a tiny little gemstone.
Gotcha. I mean, surely this would work, though. Why doesn't it? You want to go look the other ways?
Yeah, let me take the gem.
Gail, you attempt to pry the gem back out of the indentation, but it refuses to budge.
Oh, what the hell? At least do something if you're gonna be stuck.
Stuck?
It won't come out.
Uh,
What the hell?
well, I mean, I guess that means it was supposed to go there.
Darn Cole. No.
Call
I
out
think-
the name, nothing happens.
Try saying the other name.
Dale River Run.
Not the Magister.
Magister Galverdale Upper Wing.
Nothing happens.
Fuck.
I don't know if
What go in
go ahead.
here?
Want to hide in a closet? What's going on?
She wants to look in here.
Again, there's just sort of some old prayer candles and incense stocked away in this cabinet.
Okay, she's gonna take some prayer candles and incense,
Very well.
and then come over here. Gosh, can you quick light this?
He like hesitantly steps away from the hallway. reaches out and lights it. Or wait, do you have it with you, or do you put it over there?
Oh no, she put it on the thing.
Lights it and then goes back.
All right. You light these sort of pale blue prayer candles, and they sit on the statue, glowing and gently melting wax onto the stone, and nothing happens.
I have a question for you.
Very well.
I might be reading into the map too much.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Alright.
I noticed that too.
I was like, what the hell is this water seeping through?
Okay,
Is there
hang on.
pathway?
Hang on. Let me explain exactly what happened. When I placed this statue, I didn't notice until after I exported and put it into Roll20 that I'd accidentally tinted the shadow the wrong color.
Oh.
And it looked like it was glowing, and then it was already in here, and I just sort of sat there for like 10 seconds straight and just went, fuck it.
Surely
And,
they won't notice.
no. And then in the back of my head, I'm like, one of them is gonna notice this and think it's glowing.
Yeah, I definitely did notice that. I was like, bro, this motherfucker got neon lights on.
I couldn't tell if it was water or it was like it was
I thought it
just
was like
weird
a
shadow.
yeah,
It's a,
like
it's
a
a
fucking undertint.
it's a blue tinted shadow.
Hey, yo, this dude dripped.
Well, there's two things I want to try real fast.
Okay.
Sure.
One, I want to take the same pose as him,
As the statue?
But- as the statue, with the sword out.
Very well, with your sword.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'll wait a second. Does anything happen?
No.
Great. And then I will pray. Well, I don't really know how to pray, so I will close my eyes and say, Yarn Cold, give me an answer.
Nothing happens.
Fuck this shit.
Maybe it opened something somewhere in this temple.
Very good attempts, though. I always appreciate trial and error.
All right. Well, can we go up north?
We all done
Yep.
here.
I will add, I think I very briefly passed right by it, so I just don't want you to miss it because I didn't talk about it enough. The stained glass does have art within it.
All right. Well, now you piqued my interest.
Oh, yeah, I seen it. It's beautiful.
What does the art depict? Is it, and are they different?
They are. The one here is a rather ornate and intricate portrait of what appears to be a massive winged dragon. It is sort of pale white in color as the light shines through it. And it just sort of is this massive silhouette of this creature. The one to the right of it bears a similar but different image. It still bears the massive dragon, but in this stained glass window, there's two of them. There is, in addition to the pale white dragon, there is a red one. And the red dragon has its fangs sunk into the neck of the white one.
Oh, that must be Yarn Cold. He must be the right one.
The dragon in the stained glass does not resemble the statue.
Oh.
It is not a dragonborn, it is a dragon.
Oh, that's fair. Don't really know how those things work. All right. Should we go north?
Yep.
Very well. Make your way out of the chapel and back to the crossroads. This time turning right to head north along this corridor.
Sorry, I jumped around the corner.
All right. One moment. You progress along the pathway until you reach a set of wooden doors at the end of it. What would you like to do?
Sorry, say that again.
There's just a set of wooden doors at the end of this. I just forgot to mention that.
Open it.
Very well.
Or
I'll
knock
help him.
first.
Knock this
and
out.
then
No, I'll
open
just
it.
open it.
I wanna. Okay. I'm gonna knock in the open space where the door would be before entering.
All right. Then you enter what appears to be a large and very overgrown bedchamber. You can see beds off to the left and right, all throughout this hall. And the room itself has been almost entirely overtaken by the vegetation of the forest around. Moss grows on almost every surface, and in between the cracks of the stones of the floor.
God, how many people lived here?
Well, judging from the amount of beds, you can determine that it does appear that quite a few people did live here at one point in time, though the exact point in time is hard to say.
Do these ones look naturally messed up, or is it like someone moved through these two?
These ones look overturned in the same way that the ones downstairs did. Mattresses sliced open, pillows and blankets thrown kind of haphazardly.
They were looking here too.
Yeah. Somebody wanted something bad from here.
Oh, look at this. This is the first time I've seen an open door. Maybe they're still there. Tipper, why didn't you go in front with me?
Okay.
All right. Then you make your way into the open door on the eastern side of the room here. One moment, please. And through the open door, this is what the four of you see. Hold on for 1 second. Let me describe before you move.
Sure.
The room that you gaze into appears to be some sort of office with a desk on the far end of it, though the desk itself is worn and overgrown. You can see furniture on the far side, a table, cabinets, closets, crates, as well as what appears to be the remnants of a bookshelf on the left side, though it has thoroughly fallen apart, and most of the books are rather destroyed looking. But your attention is almost immediately drawn as you walk into the room to two things. One, a corpse lying on the floor in front of you. And two, there is a glowing ball of some sort of crystal, perhaps, sitting on top of the desk. What would you like to do?
Kaj's gonna go examine the body.
All right, one
Same.
moment, please.
Yeah.
Kaj, make a dex save. as you step forward.
Damn!
Ooh.
All right. As you step forward, sorry, I just wanted he stepped forward first, so I just wanted to kind of
Yeah.
let that happen first. So I'm just gonna move you back. So Kaj, as you step forward, the crystal ball sitting on top of the desk pulses with light, and almost immediately as it does, something shoots out of it and flies straight at you. And as it flies straight at you, it sort of fans itself out. You realize that it is icicles, sharp like daggers. And acting quickly, with a bit of a fast reaction time there, you manage to duck out of the way of most of them, but not all of them. And so you take 5 cold damage.
Okay. He's gonna hold his hand out behind him, so like stop the
As
others from-
a icicle grazes you as you dive off to the side. I'm just gonna say you dove off to the side like that.
Okay.
And as you sort of lie there on the floor and motion for everybody else to stop, you see that crystal ball just sort of dim slightly and just sit there.
I'm gonna take out my sword and shield.
So, besides
Pharaoh?
the ball, what exactly shines?
From where you're standing in the room, just the ball. Also, actually, hang on. This guy's boots.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm going to blow in my hands and cast Mage Chant.
Very well.
Hmm. Hmm. If I step here, does it shoot at me?
Yep.
Oh, great.
Make a dex save.
All right. Well, that's fair.
What'd you get? I'm just in the other tab.
Dirty 20.
All right. And you see the save, and instead, only take 4 piercing. Or sorry, cold rather.
All right.
Careful,
fair.
guys.
Can I move the hand over this way?
As the
And-
hand moves, the orb pulses and fires at it.
Oh. Does that hit me by result?
I'm gonna give you a dex save, but if you succeed it, it misses you entirely, since it's not directly aiming at you. So you don't
Alright.
take the. All right, it misses you entirely,
Oh, good.
and the icicle shatters on the stone wall past you, as you. So that happened right about here.
Oh, all right. Well,
What do we do?
Have it shoot off at the hand around the room. Was it aiming at you, Gil, or at the hand?
pretty sure it was aiming at the hand. Um,
Can Rufus shoot it?
You can attempt to do so if you want to.
Okay, Rufus gonna try and shoot it.
Oh
Kind
no!
of like dug
Well,
down, I guess.
I am hiding behind my shield.
Make an attack roll. All right, you hit. Roll damage. All right. Your arrow flies through the air and smashes into the orb, and you just kind of hear a cracking sound. And Kaj was sort of the best position to see it, as this arrow sails past your head and hits the orb. You can see now that there's a crack along it, but it still glows.
More of that, I think.
Does it not just fall?
Nope.
Yeah, we're gonna try again.
But
What if it explodes?
why don't I just like knock it down?
You think you can take that many hits of icicles?
Oh.
Okay.
This hand.
I mean, he is fast.
No, that hand. He's
Alright.
pointing at this lid again.
So if I move the hand over to here, how many rolls can I make just to kind of save myself time or us time?
Well, we're gonna lock it to the grid, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rolls.
Okay, I got to move it once, right? So would it have only been 4 rolls left?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
All right. Well, see you guys later. I'll reroll my character now.
So the first one will be the first one will be you, and then the next couple are gonna be Tibber because he's that in that direction.
All right. Well, good thing he's beefy.
Say, I am braced. Does that give me
That's
anything towards
3.
it?
That's 4.
I mean, it lets you use your shield AC.
Fuck!
Actually, sorry, hang on. I'll let you use I'll make them as attack rolls instead, so that you can use your shield AC because this is just a dex roll. So I'll let you make them as I'll roll them, since you do have your shield out, to reflect that better.
Thank you.
All right. We're
They'll
gonna
all
use,
hit anyway.
gonna use the first one. There you go. Alrighty, I gotta do some rolls.
If it's against me, doesn't matter the AC.
Koch
I'm
was,
gonna get hit.
Koch was trying to say to move it like laterally so it wasn't hitting like
Mm-hmm.
direction, but
Mm-hmm. Because
okay,
it's one of
I'll
those
eat
things
these.
where you take half the damage if you succeed, which means you're always taking damage.
Indeed.
On the plus side, though, I mean, like, it was either take half damage or not take any damage at all and use the bow. So obviously, we're doing the right thing here.
Look
I just-
here. Get your passive aggressive nature out of here.
Don't want to break it. What if we can use it?
I'm greedy. Let me be greedy.
Yeah, I don't want to break it. We could use it.
See?
All right. So Gil, you failed that save as you move the hand again. It fires icicles that slam into you, and you're gonna take 8 cold damage.
Lovely. What else you got?
The other ones are aimed a little more at Tibber as you move the hand forward.
Bless.
So you're not gonna have to make any more rolls. But I made 3 attack rolls on Tibbs, and actually none of them hit. They all hit your shield.
Nice. Something worked out for once, bro.
Koch has
love
like
to
a
see
hand
it.
that he just like shaking it. He's like,
So
why?
you sort of duck your head down and embrace Tibber, with your shield ready for the onslaught, and you just sort of feel something really hard just rap against your shield as they go flying across the room and shatter against your shield.
Well, glad I did that.
And with that, Gil, your mage hand reaches the orb.
Good. Can I shove it down like this direction?
You can attempt to,
Great. What
but
do I
as
need to roll?
you sort of push at it, it doesn't just move on its own. It is not just an orb sitting on a flat surface. It doesn't roll. It seems to be frozen to the bottom of the desk.
That's just cheating. And obviously I can't see any of this, right?
Nah.
Alright, well I want to try 2 things at once.
All right. Well, tell me what they are, and I'll see if it's possible to do them both at once.
Great. I want to move the
Certainly
mage
not.
hand, learning from my experience, not towards other people.
Very well.
So maybe like up in the air. And then while I do that, I'd like to move here.
Very well.
and see if it shoots me too.
All right. So you move the mage hand sort of up, and immediately as it begins to drift upwards, the orb pulses again and fires a burst of icicles up towards the ceiling, which shatter against the ceiling and sprinkle shards of ice down on top of the room. But they don't fire at you, Go.
Holy shit, you're a genius.
Look at that.
Hmm.
Can only
Should we
track
do
one at a time.
Should we do a countdown and all move at the same time?
You know,
I-
all you have to do is get the hand to go behind it and then just wave it furiously. And then I'll always just do that one. But hey,
Hey, look here with the
Yeah.
10,000 2020 hindsight IQ.
Can we tell
Look.
if the gem's getting like dimmer still when it's shooting?
It just sort of dims after everybody stands still, and then
Okay.
pulses to life when something moves. But it's not getting more dim. It just sort of is quite bright when it's shooting, but other than that, just sort of has this dull blue glow.
Should we just break it then?
I want to break it.
But what if we can keep it?
I
Keep it for
mean-
what?
I don't know.
I certainly want to keep it too, but I don't.
Offense.
That
if
thing
you
sucks.
don't keep it, you just took 8 damage for no reason.
You don't know how much damage I took?
You just took
Get out of here.
a few icicles for no reason.
Would you like some icicles and you? Alright then.
Do you want to firebolt it?
I kind of want to firebolt her. The goal is to put it around it and to make it continuously move around so I can move freely.
Yeah,
Are you doing
as,
that right now?
as you move the mage hand around, it continues to fire off icicles at it.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, as I'm getting closer, does anything over here shine?
What's that?
Does anything shine?
Whereabouts? Sorry.
All the books and scrolls and sparkles?
No, there's no glow to them.
Alright, well, keep walking, keep walking.
Actually,
Check out the body, Kaj.
one sec.
Yeah.
Hang on.
got the button.
Okay, yeah, nothing glows.
Wait, what do you mean?
You're
That was
You're all-
sketchy.
You're all good. I just wanted to double check something.
Okay, well, I'll be
I
back
help
over there in a
him?
minute.
Can I help him search his body? Like give him advantage on something?
Take his boots.
His boots? Why?
His boots sparkle.
The boots do appear to be not your average leather boots. The figure himself, if you just let me describe him, is clad in
Sure.
sort of a leather armor with a hood and cowl. Sitting next to him is a dagger, not rusted, a lot more new than a lot of the stuff you've seen around here. And covering the figure's face is a mask.
Kaj is gonna take the dagger and kind of toss it to Ruba.
Ruba will take that dagger and inspect it.
And he's gonna nod at Tibbs and reach to pull up the mask.
Tibbs is watching because he is interested.
All right. So you're pulling off the mask then?
Yep.
You pull off the mask. It is not anybody you recognize. They are human, male, approximately maybe mid-20s to 30 years old.
Okay.
Guys, you should try to drag the body over here.
Why?
Can I do
Oh,
a quick
so-
check just to make sure that the icicles from the thing is what killed him?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do medicine?
Yeah, you're going. That won't be a particularly hard one.
Okay.
The corpse has several stab wounds in his torso. There are sort of holes in his chest and abdomen. Though there is no sign of any sort of murder weapon other than the dagger, but the dagger isn't particularly bloody.
Okay.
Wait, why do you want us to drag the corpse?
So
So
that I
not-
can examine it and stuff. You know, out of reach of the orb. It's either that or I go over there, and if I'm doing that, I'm destroying that orb, so.
I'll go up to the orb and touch it. Like just like a little poke to see if it's is it cold?
It's quite cool to the touch, to the point where your finger kind of sticks to it slightly.
Can I hold on, give me 1 second. Can I pull my hands into my sleeves and try to grab it? Oh, great.
I know, I was just continuing to shoot. I'm just doing that while I talk.
Oh, okay. I was like, fuck.
You can attempt to do that if you want to sort of use the sides of your gauntlets to try to pick it
Yeah.
up. All right,
And if it
then
keeps
make
shooting,
a-
I'm just gonna drop it.
make a strength check for me.
Sure. I'm great at these. Please, game. God damn it.
Hmm.
All right, as you sort of put both of your gauntlets on either side of the orb and attempt to sort of pull it up off the desk from its sort of frozen perch, it is going to immediately fire a barrage of icicles right at you.
Cool.
So make a dex save. This is going to be an increased DC though.
I've only rolled good on like seeing. Oh my fucking god, dude. Can it be a wisdom saving throw? I would probably roll a nat 20.
Kosh looks at Ruben and he's like, "We're not letting Gil have that thing."
I don't know if it can be a wisdom saving throw when you just picked up the
Try to pick
Fuck.
up.
icicle turret.
If it
Yeah,
shoots me, I'm
creature.
punching it. I'm just gonna punch it. Actually, I have my sword out, so I would. No, I put it away. Yeah, no,
You
I'd punch
tried to-
it.
Yes, you picked it up with both hands.
Yeah, I'd
Your
fucking
shield's
punch it.
down, your sword's
Alright,
down.
well, before you punch it, you are going to take.
Yeah, yeah. After I take damage,
Yeah, of course.
I take 24 points of damage. I am down.
You don't take 24. You take 10.
Ouch!
Mhm.
As a blast of icicles hit you point blank, opening up a bunch of stab wounds. Some of them finding gaps in your armor.
Mm.
Ah.
And feeling some of that pain, you can retaliate with a blow if you wish.
Yes.
Very well. Go ahead. Attack roll.
Game, don't fuck me, please. Oh my god!
I mean, it's a ball. How good
I'm
is
glad
it
we're not
then?
fighting.
You attempt to sort of punch at it, but you're still feeling the pain from some of your injuries, and
Did
you
it just juke you?
your gauntlet sort of just glances off the side of it, and you don't really get a good hit on
I am going to give the most defeated, dead ass bruh look to Kaj.
it. Would anybody else like to do something?
Kosh is gonna produce flame in his hand and then just hold it underneath the orb.
I'm just walking. What is
Wait.
this?
So Gale making his way around, you see what appears to be a rather old-looking leather-bound journal sitting on top of the
Oh.
desk. Though it looks pretty worn, and even slightly water-damaged. Kaj, as you hold your fire near the orb, you see it start to kind of lose its bluish color and just sort of begin to turn translucent.
Oh, good. I thought it was gonna turn fiery.
Oh, that would be cool.
Oh, that would be dangerous.
Riv is gonna examine this body
All right.
thoroughly.
So again, as you sort of walk up to this corpse, the first thing that strikes you is its boots look a little bit weird. They're not your standard leather boots. They're sort of unique. You know, you've not seen boots like these before. And then the next thing that strikes you, Ruva, especially you in particular, as you've kind of looked into this before, you recognize the mask.
The mask.
It is the very same mask from the seal that you spoke to Llewellyn about before.
I hope this is the one that killed Llewellyn. Actually, no. Yeah, Ruva's gonna end up taking all of his clothes and studying his face.
So as you do that, sorry, Kaj, as you hold your flame against the orb, eventually it loses all of its blue glow entirely and is just completely clear. And as it sort of loses that color, what once looked like just sort of a cracked piece of glass begins to actually melt like ice. And it sort of warps and deforms. It's not a perfect circle anymore. And as it does that, it stops shooting at Gale's moving hand.
I'm gonna keep melting it.
I
Oh,
think
you-
you killed it.
You broke it.
Yes.
Can I read the journal?
Yep,
Bad
one
boy.
moment. As you continue to hold the fire next to it, it just sort of continues to melt until it's just this puddle of molten glass on the top of the desk here, and no longer is firing any icicles.
Kaji's gonna put his hand on Tim's shoulder and then walk off towards the roof again.
Wow. You know, not everybody has fire magic or any magic.
You tried to pick it up.
Well, I wanted to preserve it. I don't
Hey,
know how this
kids.
stuff works. What?
If you dip your gauntlets in that glass and then kind of break it up, those gauntlets will become a pretty cool weapon.
I'll do that. Whatever she just said.
Kaj walked away, so it's just solid glass now.
No.
I'm gonna punch it again.
Alright, shatters into little pieces.
Oh.
Fuck.
Take 1 laceration damage.
Can't have anything nice.
So
Do you have a
Gale,
picture of what this guy looks like, though?
not at the moment. I'll get you one for next session.
Okay.
Gale, the journal that sits on top of this desk here, sort of an old leather-bound book, and it's wrapped up in twine that sort of keeps it shut.
That's a shame. 'Cause I'm gonna undo all the twine.
Very well. It's knotted, but you can spend some time untying it, or you can just cut it with a sharp edge.
Sure, I'll just cut it.
So again, the book itself is rather old looking, and appears to be at least a little bit water damaged, as a lot of the pages are smudged and almost completely illegible. Only really a few pages, kind of towards the center, survived. And the entire journal is written in Draconic. So would you like to take the time to flip through it a little bit now?
I would, actually. I want to read it. Whatever I can read.
All right. Okay.
We can save that for later if you want. I know
We'll do
that's a lot.
we'll do one part of it since it is a lot. We'll do the very first little bit.
Okay.
And then we'll end the session. So as you sort of flip through this journal, flipping past a lot of pages that are mostly just running ink and completely illegible, stained with this sort of water damage. You eventually find a passage, maybe only half a page, that is beginning to be more legible, and you can make out these draconic scripts. And of course, with your eyes, you're able to read it. And it appears to be sort of day-to-day descriptions. You get the sense that this person was updating it relatively often, and sort of just describes day-to-day life at this building, obviously before it was abandoned. And one of the first things that you learn as you read it is the monastery where you stand is called Lanthrios Karst. We'll type it out for you.
I was like, mind spelling that for me, Mr. DM?
There you are. And from this first little passage here, from what you can gather, Lanthrios Karst is a monastery, and it is dedicated to the worship of a single being. And as you sort of get to the end of this water-torn page, it describes what that single being is. And it gives you a name. Lanthrios Karst is a monastery dedicated to the worship of Lilandil, the silverworm. And that's where we'll end the session for today.
I need the spelling of that too.
Yep. There you are.
Said Karst. Said the worship of Landil Karst, right?
Landil, the silver one.
Oh, the silver one.
Yeah.
Let me type it all out for you.
Sorry, just trying to keep notes.
This was what I said.
Oh, shit. Okay. Not gonna lie, I heard 1, 2, so.
Yeah, good to clarify that.
Well, shit. We done found a hint.
Here you go, chat. That's kind of tiny. There you are. Lilandil, the silver one. Alrighty. So let me go to our other screen. Some comfy fireplace. Alright, first things first. Is there anything that interferes with next week?
Nah.
Negative.
Very well. Then the next session of Silversong will be next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. The next actual stream will be Wednesday, also 7 p.m. Eastern, unless anything changes, for more Whispers in the Woods. They're heading north into the Whisper Weald.
Oh, God.
So tune in if you want to see them get lost and confused. And then, unless anything changes, then we'll probably have a Caesar Sand on Friday. Most likely kind of 8:30ish. It's usually how it goes. Eastern, of course. And yeah, then we'll roll right back around to more Silversong. So, if you want to see any schedule updates, you can follow my Twitter, join the Discord. If you miss a stream, you can check out our archive. I promise this archive is not as waterlogged as the one that these guys are searching through. This part's legible. Yeah, so if you miss a stream, go check that out, as the VODs delete off of Twitch after 15 days. So if you can't find anything, go check out the YouTube channel. If you want to learn more about the world, you can check out the World Anvil, basically like a wiki for all sorts of stuff, deities, factions, worlds, about the living world where all the campaigns I run on this channel take place. So if you want a little bit of background on some of the campaigns, or just like reading about lore and stuff like that, then you can check that out. For reference, this campaign takes place in Middlemere. They're currently off the southeast coast, just outside of Silken Shore on that little island. So if you want to take a peek at Middlemere and learn a little bit more about it, you can do so there. Other than that, that's all I have to say. So if no one has anything to add.
Thank you for watching.
Good night, y'all.
Thank you for
Forget to
playing.
use your Twitch Prime.
Thank you for DMing.
Yeah, feel free to follow or use your Twitch Prime. Always helps us
It's
out.
free.
It's free. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you players for playing. And have a good night, and I will see everyone later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.